Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Genshin Impact. So we are going to move aside. So we are going to do today is that we are going to continue with the Archon quest as light rain falls without reason. So yesterday we completed the Archon quest Act 1, and if you remember correctly, it was the whole trial, Lyey and Lynette's trial. And he was so much, bro. I mean, I really like it. At least I think I like it more than what happened during the Samsara thing and Sumeru. It was even more interesting, and especially when we were in the trial. It was quite an interesting mechanic what they did there in order to like tell the story, build the hosts that were in the story, or to dismiss whatever Fiorina was saying or her accusations. We also discovered. I mean, it made sense. Of course, Dini, Lynette, and Ferminet are far from the Fatui, since they are orphans that have been taken in by the House of Hearts. Of course, that didn't make us very happy. At least us, the main character, because we have had many encounters in the past with the Fatui, with their schemes, their plans. What happened in Inazuma? We lost a friend because of them in Inazuma. The delusion, because of the delusions that they were giving the Watatsumi Island people. Then obviously everything has been like piling up between us, our feuds with the Fatui, our encounters. Everything related to them has like made us not trust in them, and whenever we encounter one of them, we obviously have are on the defensive. Actually, we are whenever we encounter whether whoever it is, we are always in a defensive mode, because again we have been with in many feuds, in many disputes, and many other things with them. So of course that will make us, I mean, I don't know, we were called so-called their friends, and at least Lini and Lynette, but they didn't tell us everything what they were doing, that they kept their identity a secret to us. And yeah, maybe they want to help. They want to help the people from Fontaine, but still, you know what they say. If you are a friends with someone, you can trust whatever you can. And the fact that they did not only like broke our trust by not telling us who they really were, they didn't even tell us why were what really happened during the thing. Because yeah, during the show, during the final act of the show. So of course we were very upset, and we still are. We were really cold to Lily and Lynette. We even told them that we didn't want them. We didn't wanted them to like be on a trial that was not justified, or just for pointing for Fiorina pointing the finger at them, and maybe even to get even somehow. I chose the first option, which was to like not wanting to see them on a trial that is not justified. But still, I mean, and again, I was already excited for Arlecchino when she appeared during that trailer back in. I can't remember what it was, but it was when all the factory gathered in order to uh, bury their comrade. Yeah, it's basically that. However, when we saw her back again, right before the release of 3.7, 3.8, I can't remember which one was it, but they released a trailer showing all of the people from Fontaine. It was quite interesting. They didn't really show much about her, but it was pretty clear that Lyey and Lynette were like part of her people. That she obviously is looking for the gnosis. They have already confirmed that, but that she has some sort of principle. She doesn't want to bring the. I mean, after she gets the gnosis, she wants to bring that prophecy that the people of Fontaine will be swallowed by water and dissolve into it. So they cause so the so-called sinners that are the people from Fontaine dissolve with that sin doesn't happen. It is still we can trust them. I mean, yeah, after she's done with dealing with the prophecy, she's obviously going to send the gnosis back to the Tsaritsa. That's what they even said. So we have to expect everything. And knowing the Fatui, we can let our guard down. Even if they have good intentions, like Lyey, Lynette, and Arlecchino, giving the magic pockets, Arlecchino trying to find a way to get to prevent the prophecy from happening or trying to dismiss it. But how can we trust them? And again, Arlecchino has like some sort of principles, and I really want to see how she's going to act during this Archon quest. Ever since she appeared, it has been one of the most interesting characters from Genshin, at least the Fatui, after Scaramouche and some others. I guess Arlecchino was one of the top, and at least for me, Arlecchino was the top of the top. So I'm expecting to see her. I don't know about you guys. What do you expect to see from Arlecchino? I don't want to justify her because, again, her methods and the fact that she's a Fatui and we all know how Fatui are. Well, there's no justification for that. But I do want to see her in action and what she will bring upon us. Besides what we already know, which is disaster, untrustworthy, and also mayhem. That is the main things that the Fatui will always bring. Disaster, you know that way, chaos. Well, look, who knows? But their methods are not the right methods, to be honest. So, with that aside, after finishing the trial, we part ways with Lyey and Lynette. Then Navia came in and said that she wanted us to keep investigating the case with her of the young girls' disappearances. And yeah, during the trial, that the people from Fontaine, the authorities, had like a very, very good lead on who the person might be, who these people are, what is their goal. They claim that it was like some sort of drug dealing that they were doing, but right before the person, the one that was colluded with Cowell, the person that died and tried to like use the water to dissolve one person from Fontaine from the audience, he just he just turned into water, and it is their method. So if before he could say anything about that, obviously they will have to dispose of him. Now they have a better, again, they have a better understanding and a better like picture and more leads, or a good lead actually. We may not know who these people are, but they do have some sort of lead. But again, since this came to a dead end, we have to deal with to deal and help people from the Fatui, and also that they broke our trust, and that it is going to be very, very difficult to find a way to talk to Fiorina. There is nothing much else to do here. However, Navia, as part of a celebration for dealing with this matter, invited us to a hotel to have a banquet or a dinner to come for to for, yeah, it says Lynette has been acquainted, but you are not sure about what your next step should be. You decide to take up Navia's offer for a farewell meal to celebrate your cooperation. Exactly, so that's what we are going to do. I took 10 minutes to really tell what was going on. Okay, whatever. We will go. So be ready, guys, because this is going to be whoa, a very interesting ride, to be honest. Okay, there it is. So, well, even though there weren't many battles during the last chapter, it was actually good because we were able to see and how everything in Fontaine works, how the trials work, how the yeah, most likely. I really like everything from the show. It was cool, except for the end. You know what the end is now. You should know by now. Okay, here we are. Now let's enter to the Hotel de Board and have a meal with Navia for our final cooperation, for our cooperation during that matter. Yeah, so really, what's our next step? There's not much that we can do till then. Just wait, I guess. But for now, let's enjoy our meal with Navia.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Oh, in that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Aren't we supposed to take our seats first?
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
Bro. I mean, what was the point anyway? She was going to come here anyway, so what was the point?
You, sure have your own way of doing things.
You're right.
We called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Well, you're right, Paimon, you're right. It's certainly worth celebrating. It was a pleasure working with you. I do think it was worth celebrating that that innocent people were not guilty and everything. And that we have a new lead, or they have a new lead on the missing ladies disappearances thing.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close was behind it?
Yes, Paimon, but first of all, there was no way that they would let someone, just a random person that now was a liability, to let every single secret that they know. So of course they will have to dispose of him. All of these people are liabilities, always.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Well, we did wanted to ask the Hydra Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play, don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
I mean, what are you talking about? She is one of the most important persons of the people of this country or place. Second of all, if that were going to happen, whoa, we get in so much trouble. How could you not think of that? How can you overlook something like that? Exactly. First of all, how can you overlook something like that, bro? We're not talking about someone, a normal person. We're not talking about someone that can be like easily persuaded. No, this is the ruler of the nation that we're talking about, bro. Come on. Think a little better. Ugh. So yeah, how could you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
It could work, but would someone with her personality really feel ashamed? I mean, she did. She did. She really was like feeling ashamed of herself because she framed someone that was innocent all along, and she even went with it. I mean, it could be worth a try, no?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I'd have to agree. My drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Okay, that aside, then what will happen? It's taking its time to load. Are we about to fight something or someone? What will happen, bro? Oh, there we go.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know. You could try floating a little lower. Yeah, you could try walking, you know.
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh, really? Seems that was pretty tough for her. That was a pretty pricey meal. All thanks to Paimon. Yeah, let's put the blame on Paimon, yeah.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority.
Thank you very much.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Okay, so Act 2 has been started. Alright, so we have to go to Fontaine Plaza in front of the Opera House in order to see if we can, yeah, we have to plan something to meet the Fiorina, or trying to skip ahead of the line. Because how can she have so many people that follow her? She's so overly dramatic. And, well, I guess the people in Fontaine do like some kind of drama or something, so it makes sense. But still.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
What? The voice again?
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes, as clearer than it was during the day.
Ugh, that's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache!
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
I can feel strong emotions. Things are getting a little blurry.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Yes.
Hey, traveler! Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Huh? An oceanid?
Vache! Are you my dear Vache?
No.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
Wait, you were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
You have lost your form?
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Light blue water. Could that have been... Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
Well, she's looking for, or it's looking for him, so yeah.
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor, so let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Well, if that's true, it's going to be hard for him to forget you. Or will it? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't care.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed,
Wait a
I
minute.
had felt a great warmth.
Wait, hang that thought. So Basher was a witness to the fact that you dissolved?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
So it seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Wait, is that Paimon? Ah, right. I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Okay, bye.
Wake up! Come on, hurry! Navia's outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance!
That was so sudden! What?
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
Bro, that's stalking, bro. She followed her. What? Again, that was so quick. I didn't expect this to happen. We were unconscious just a moment ago, and then they were attacked because reasons. And then Chlorine appeared out of nowhere and was like, "Oh no, you won't do that." And now look, I'm stunned. Let's just continue watching, bro.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Exactly, that's what I said.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
Huh. I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Whoa, they got such a drama within them. I don't... Do we want to know?
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clarand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
What just happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Navia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clarand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon. And thanks for the rescue, Navia. We really appreciate it.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
Actually.
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kinda salty and icky.
Oh, wait, so you mean that? I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Are we?
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Well, fortunately, Paimon neither of us are from Fontaine. Otherwise, we would have been... Ooh.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger, and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Lyey in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Yes, but the fact that we were... because of the trial, it set a little... Yeah, we put an important clue on trying to resolve that mess. This mess, actually. So obviously they will try to dispose of us as soon as possible too, because we are some of the people that know or have a lead.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater thing?
Maybe. According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
Could be, and also that I can use now the hydro element. And since I am not from this world, which we have already proven in the past, especially in Sumeru, actually, because when we arrived to Sumeru, if you remember, we smelled some sort of we looked for a person that was doing like a ritual or something. Yeah, it was like a ritual because they were from the academia, so that was guided by Tainari. So we went there. We smelled the incense. Yeah, it was an incense. Yeah. And we got knocked out. We got awfully knocked out, and we saw the arbor tree, the tree from Tebat. That was Walking 3.0 when that happened. When it was the word forget me and such. So it is not surprise. It's not a surprise. Oh god. Wait, hang on. It is not a surprise that we were. Oh god, why did it? Ah! So yeah, it is not a surprise that we actually can experience these kind of things. Oh, sorry guys, there was something that happened. Oh god, this thing is crashing. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Okay, there we go. Interrupting me under my explanation, bro. Well, whatever. Let's continue.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
Well, we also gained some new intel, actually.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Yes, Paimon.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Yes. The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Basher was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater.
Yes.
Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner. By we, you mean us too, right? Of course!
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate? Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Yes. This will prove their biggest mistake. Messing with us will cost them. Now, this will prove that it was their biggest mistake to mess with us.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Yes, but we also now know how to fight. If they weren't taking me by surprise, and also unconscious, I would have teach them a lesson or two. Well, not like between Chlorine and Navia, but it would have been less difficult I was still like having the headache, trying to recover up from passing away. Oof. But hey, at least everything was resolved. And now we have to continue our investigation within this matter.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
Just checking. Go to the accommodations Navia arranged. It doesn't seem like anyone's looking, so we shall go ahead and get inside, actually. Whoa. I mean, yeah, this is to deceive. It just looks like it is supposed to be like some sort of like basement, but obviously down here it's supposed to be something else, no? That's the thing about a secret base. Oh jeez, there's so much! Yeah. Oh. So of course. There's a water source, there's some people here. There's so many stuff here, bro. What? Even children too? Oh my god, look at this. Secret underground base, huh? And there's even a teleport waypoint here? Interesting. Okay, talk to Meadows. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's continue. The kitty cat. Was it escaped from the water or something? Wait. Oh, here's I didn't know there's a stairs.
Adventuring underground is way more fun.
This is the underground, guys. Like from Bellobar.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, thank you, and yeah, so much for my expectations. I mean, what do you expect? We are underground. There's not much that we can do.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
Yes, yeah, because again with the Lyey and Lynette case, they should tell us whatever they were troubled with or whatever happened before. At least with this, I know that Navia will trust us and we should understand somehow.
My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend, but he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
I don't know. It does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
Yes, they would.
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
I
Ms.
know.
Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Okay, so that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
I know, right?
Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
A peaceful night passes under the Spinnerula's protection.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Navia, a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Nervalette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
I mean, it makes sense. In a nation of justice, or in any nation that something happens, you should have a case file where you have to put every single thing that happens during a case. So of course it makes sense to have a case file.
In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
She didn't seem too eager to look for Navia. She really didn't. Okay, so we have completed that part of the quest. Alright. Wait, what? What was that? Oh, doesn't matter. Okay. Truth lost within the rain. Okay, so we will head to the Chief Justice office, but that will be in the next episode, guys. I hope that everyone enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like and comment down below. Oh boy. Do you really think that Navia's father was really set up during that fight? And do you think it would have been good for Chlorine to stop fighting? Would there have been like some other way to, like, you know, not kill him? I mean, I know that they said that she would not stop, but could there be a way? Did she or no? I don't know. Just let me know your what your theories are in the comment section below. Now I know what was all of that. What everything happened. I do hope that they get that we get to solve everything, and we finally know, and maybe Navia gets to forgive Chlorine for what happened. I don't know. I am hoping that happens, but let's. It is going to be one heck of a ride. So yeah, And also please subscribe to this channel so you can see more content like this and not miss on anything that I will be uploading about this game or other games that I will be playing. I was Game Miracle, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!